Good day, everyone, and welcome to another exciting vocab lesson. This is Mr. Stitt, and today we're going to go over week 23 vocab words for my 8th grade students. Here's a list of the words this week: resolute, grubby, tighten, slack, rote, and commence. So let's jump right into the words and find out what they mean. Well, the first word this week is resolute. Resolute, and that is an adjective, so it describes something about you or something. So it means firmly resolved or determined, set in purpose or opinion. If you look at this image here, this man has one hand on his hip, one fist pumped in the air. He is resolute. He is determined. Think of people in your life that might be determined. Maybe your mother is very determined to accomplish certain things, or maybe she's very determined in the fact that you follow the rules of her house. Same thing maybe with your father. Maybe your father's very determined in his business, or a teacher is determined that you follow their rules. They never waver. They're always strong in their opinions. So synonyms of resolute would be adamant, bold, relentless, serious, steadfast, and strong. Resolute. The next word this week is grubby. Grubby, you've probably heard this word before, and it's an adjective, so another descriptive word. It describes how someone is or something is, and it just means dirty and slovenly, infested with or affected by grubs or larvae. So we don't typically use grubby to mean the second definition. We typically use it to mean dirty. So in this picture here, you can see this man's hands are very grubby. Maybe he was digging in the yard. Maybe he was playing outside with his kids. His hands have become grubby, filled with dirt. So synonyms of this would be filthy, grimy, messy, unkept. So when's the last time you were grubby? What were you doing? The next word this week is tighten. Tighten. Now, you're probably very familiar with this word based on movies and television shows that feature titans. But a titan is simply a thing, a person or thing of enormous size, strength, power, and influence. So I have a picture here of my favorite football team, the Dallas Cowboys, and there's some players on the team that would definitely be considered titans. Now, this man is a little heavy-set. We don't typically think of a heavy-set titan. We think of a muscled kind of Marvel superhero type titan. But really, a titan is anything that's enormous in size. So this man is probably 6'4", 6'5" in height and probably weighs 300 to 400 pounds. That's a large, enormous person. Think about things that could be considered titans, like a cruise ship or an airliner, or a tall skyscraper building. Those can be considered titans as well. So it doesn't just have to be a person, it can be a thing. So synonyms of titan would be behemoth, hulk, mammoth, monster, and giant. Titan. The next word this week is slack. Slack. And that is an adjective that means not tight, taut, firm, or tense. Loose. It can also mean negligent, careless, or remiss. So I have the Staples Easy button here because slack is typically considered something that's easy. So say you have a class in school that's really, really easy, not very challenging. You might consider that to be a slack class. If you think about two people in a game of tug of war, one person's pulling in one direction, the other person's pulling in another direction, that rope is not slack. It's very tight. But if they were to let it go, loosen up, it would be very slack. So anytime something is relaxed, chill, easy, has leeway, or is loose and baggy, that's considered slack. The next word this week is rote. Rote. Now this is a noun, so it's a thing, and it's a routine, a fixed, habitual, or mechanical course of procedure. So I have a picture here of boot camp in the military. That is a very rote program. So the program is very rote. They have constant routines. They have constant schedules that they have to keep. If you notice here, this drill sergeant is ensuring that the man is holding the weapon at just the right angle and position. It's very fixed and habitual. So synonyms for this would be memorization, repetition, and routine. Think about things in your life that might be rote. School can sometimes be that way. Maybe your parents run your household that way. Maybe you're in ROTC or part of a sports program where the coach makes things very fixed and routine. Those would be considered rote. The next word this week is commence. Commence. And this is a verb, so it's something that you do, and it just means to begin, to start. So these people are about to commence or start a race. You can commence a journey. You can commence an education program. You can commence a relationship with someone. When you start something for the first time, you're commencing it. So synonyms of commence would be begin, initiate, launch, and start. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. Here's a list of our week 23 words for my 8th grade students. They were resolute, grubby, tighten, slack, rote, and commence. Well, I hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.